Arizona. The best of third rank.
Hey, good morning. Ready to start a Tuesday edition of the Bruce Hooley Show with a liberal helping of leftist tears.
Portions of the following program.
So we'll get started here as soon as we come out of commercial and get rolling. Hope you all are doing well today. I'm doing great. Got a meeting this afternoon I'm really looking forward to. And a lot to get into as the Trump winning streak continues. So buckle up, and here we go. Move you back a little bit so you can see a little bit more of me. How's that? That's a little bit better. That's a little bit better right there. Perfect. All right. We're in commercial, so should be good to go here in just a second.
For just $498. And don't worry about anything ruining your plan. We can extend your travel up to 18 months. Name an animal that lays eggs and you get a complimentary Cancun resort stay and an optional bonus vacation to Orlando for just $498. What are you waiting for? Call 800-208-0414, 800-208-0414, and give us your answer. Receiving is not a contest and is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways and not sponsored by this program or its affiliates.
Here we go. Music playing. Here we go. Well, the winning continues as Donald Trump's presidency enters its second week. No, I'm not tired of it yet. He promised I'd get tired of it, but I'm not tired of it yet. Nor am I thirsty because my leftist tears tumbler is filled to overflowing today as the liberal freak out over deportations continue. We'll cover that. We'll cover the strange goings on that have NAACP president of the Central Ohio chapter, Nana Watson, in the crosshairs of the national organization. And we're going to try to get to the bottom of how Ohio State can have $230+ million in athletic revenue and run an almost $40 million deficit. Oh my goodness. Hey, it's nice that you can always fix your problems by raising prices and having undiscerning consumers willing to pay those prices. But let's start with the leftist tears, shall we? It was about yesterday early afternoon, I think, when I was on social media, and across my feed came a video from the actress Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez is 32 years old. She's been pretty famous as actresses go. And by the way, I hope it's not misogynist of me to call her an actress. I know that a lot of people now say there are no actresses. There are only actors, female actors, male actors, although since they can't tell us what a woman is, I don't know why they stick to the designations in the Oscars. Why do we have a best actress and why do we have best supporting actress if in fact everybody is an actor? But I digress. Selena Gomez yesterday, she is of Mexican heritage. Her parents were Mexican immigrants, presumably legal. Presumably she is a U.S. citizen. Yet she is, or was, because the video I watched has now been removed, she's very upset about Donald Trump's efforts to follow through on his promises to deport criminal illegal aliens. How upset? Well, I don't think you're going to be able to really follow all this, but don't worry, I will translate it for you after I play it for you. Oh, just a minute. Just a minute. We're almost there. I don't know why I must have hit the wrong button, but fret not, fear not. We'll get it back. I don't want to cheat Selena Gomez out of her moment in the sun here on the Bruce Hooley Show. Here we go again.
Say that I'm so sorry. How many people are getting attacked? Children. You don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything.
I promise. One final big sigh, one final big cry at the end. If you couldn't follow that, this is what she said. I am so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise. I don't think she's going to try everything, because one of the things she could try is she could open up the bedrooms of the at least 4 mammoth mansions she owns to house illegals and thus take that burden off the American taxpayer. Shall we start in Encino, California, where her 11,000 plus square foot mansion is valued at $5 million and could hold 400 illegals. Then we could go to Tarzana, California, where she has a 6,000 square foot home that is valued at, I'm shocked, I think she got cheated here by the auditor in Tarzana, only $2.2 million. That could house 130 illegals. She's got a place in Fort Worth, Texas that's 10,000 square feet. It's worth $3 million. It could hold 362 illegals. And then she has her third, if you're keeping count, and I am, mansion in California, in Calabasas, California, valued at $3.6 million. That is 6,600 square feet, and that could hold 132 illegals. So let's total it up. 132 and 362, that's about 500, plus 130 in Tarzana's. Now we're up to 630, and a 400 from Encino. She can house 1,000 illegals in her mansions that are valued at, there's 5 million, there's 7 million, there's 10 million. There's about $14 million in collective value of her 4 mansions. She doesn't know what she can do. I'll do everything I can. Will she? Will she do everything she can? I doubt it, because she's clearly a Democrat. She clearly does not understand the plight that most people have. This is the epitome of what I always call luxury beliefs, things that she is able to pontificate about because it has no threat to her. I do note that as I'm looking at the pictures of her mansions, at least one of them has a very large, very imposing iron gate out front. She has a wall in front of her mansion. Imagine that. Why would that be? Oh, probably to keep people out who she doesn't want in. Yet she would no doubt have a problem with the fact that we are going to, under Donald Trump, build a southern border wall to keep out people we don't want to come in. Now, Selena Gomez's crocodile tears were not lost upon the opinion editor of Newsweek magazine. Her name is Batya Ungar Sargon, pointing out the absurdity of this Hollywood elite and her sympathy for those who are in our country illegally committing crimes.
Who is she weeping for? The rapists and murderers who are being deported? Because that's all they've come for so far. Let's just be clear. They have started with murderers and rapists. Those are my people. Why are her people not the victims of the murderers and the rapists? Be they migrant victims of murderers and rapists or American victims of murderers and rapists? What is wrong with this person that she can look at the scum of the earth that Donald Trump is getting out of this country and repatriating where they came from and say, everything is going poorly for my people? That is woke mindset. You look at the color of the skin rather than the actions, rather than, is this person good or evil? They are evil, and she is weeping for them.
Yeah, she is weeping for them and is blissfully unaware that the country that she thinks is so evil for deporting people who are killing our citizens, whether it's in overtly violent acts, whether it's through drug trafficking. If you're not killing them, you're certainly engaging in human trafficking, sex trafficking of minors. Oh yeah, the Biden administration lost track of 300,000 minors when the illegals were streaming through the open, unlocked revolving door on our southern border. And Selena Gomez misses the obvious fact that she's railing against a country in which she with her Mexican heritage, was able to become undeniably rich and famous. This is a horrible, evil, awful, terrible country in which she owns at least 4 mansions with a value of $15 million, and she probably has a net worth twice that. Now, she's a Hollywood actress. Say it has no relevance here in Columbus, Ohio. Oh, no, it does. It does. It does. Because the people in Columbus City Schools are very upset about the fact that Homeland Security, when they get around to Columbus, Ohio, have been empowered to go into schools and churches to look for illegals. Why? Because the same reason as people give when they climb Mount Everest, because it's there. You could go into the schools and you could go into the churches to find the illegals because that's where they're hiding a lot of the times. But Columbus City School Superintendent Angela Chapman says the schools in the Columbus City School District will continue to be a safe place for all students. Well, not if you have drug traffickers in there. And you say, well, you know, how could an adult drug trafficker hide out as a high school student? I didn't say they had to be adults, right? Like, this criminal activity, this criminality is something that kids are certainly fully capable of engaging in. If they have a warrant and a kid is in school, it's a lot easier to track them to the school that they're in than it is to track them and who knows where they are living. So Angela Chapman, she's well-versed in the language of the woke. She says Columbus City Schools is proud to be an inclusive, diverse, and equity-centered institution. I guess she hasn't got the memo that Donald Trump has outlawed DEI initiatives. And Columbus City Schools is trying to figure out how it can thread the needle on continuing to be woke with a president and an electorate which is overwhelmingly tired of this utter nonsense that's been allowed to proliferate.
This afternoon, cloudy, breezy, and a high near 40. Partly cloudy tonight, breezy evening, down to 32. Clouds and breezy for tomorrow, the high 41. Sun will be followed by some clouds on Thursday, high Thursday afternoon, 45. Periods of rain moving in on Friday, the high Friday, 53. And then clouds and sun, a colder day on Saturday, high Saturday afternoon, 36. I'm Steve Williams on 98.9 FM, The Answer.
Hi, my name is Justin Petrichor.
I'm Julian Petrichor. We run Alpha Waste Service. We offer front-load dumpsters as well as roll-off dumpsters for local residents and businesses. Our prices are set at flat fixed rates. The price we give is the price you'll pay.
We don't force our customers into contracts unless they want one. We keep our customers by providing quality service at affordable prices.
If you need a front-load or roll-off dumpster, please visit alphawasteservice.com.
Again, that's alphawasteservice.com.
Your home is a big investment. If you live in a condominium or homeowners association, decisions by your board and community manager affect you. Is your board knowledgeable? Is your manager trained? Is your investment protected? CAI, Community Associations Institute, can give you the tools to protect your home and community. CAI is a nonprofit organization with resources for your board, community managers, and free information for homeowners like you. CAI at responsiblecommunities.com.
A new president is sworn in. America's greatness is being restored. And there's breaking news every minute. Now, tens of millions of Americans are turning off Fox and CNN and tuning in to Newsmax for the breaking information they really need to know. Reuters Institute says Newsmax is one of the top news brands in America. Find it yourself on all major cable systems and on your TV or smartphone store. Just download the Newsmax app for free and start watching. You'll get great shows with Rob Schmidt, Greta Van Susteren, Rob Finnerty, and Carl Higbee, and more. Find out why millions of Americans have made the switch. Even President Trump says Newsmax is terrific, and he's watching. So make the switch to Newsmax. Check us out on cable and satellite TV or download the Newsmax app today. Watch us anytime, anywhere. Remember, Newsmax is real news. News for real people.
Hi, Mike Gallagher here, hoping you'll join me on the Patriots Alaska cruise this summer, a once-in-a-lifetime trip where patriotism and luxury meet. Picture this, you cruising through Alaska's stunning wilderness on a first-class luxury ship surrounded by breathtaking glaciers and majestic mountains. Joining us will be Larry Elder, Jennifer Horn, Joe Piscopo, but that's just the beginning. We sail August 16th through the 23rd through the last frontier. On board, you'll enjoy thought-provoking talks, exclusive events, and unforgettable memories with fellow patriots who share your conservative values. Text the keyword travel to 94878 to reserve your stateroom today. Text travel to 94878. This is more than just a cruise. It's a chance to engage with some of the most respected voices in conservative America. I'll take a little credit for that. I hope I'm in that category, and explore one of the most beautiful places on planet Earth. Space is limited. Text travel to 94878. That's travel to 94878. I'll see you on board, where patriotism, adventure, and luxury all come together.
So this year I ordered my prom dress from Shady Deals, and when it came, it said some assembly required.
I ordered these batteries for my digital camera, but the batteries weren't included, so I had to draw all of our family memories. I ordered a 60-inch TV from Shady Deals. What they actually meant is you can't sit further than 60 inches away.
Be a savvy consumer, research businesses, report false advertising, and settle transaction claims with the BBB.
Test your advertising IQ. Go to bbbadtruth.org.
MyPillow.com is your home for all things sleep. You will be comfortable if you outfit your sleep experience with products from Mike Lindell's great company. I would start, of course, with the product that kicked off the whole sleep revolution, the MyPillow itself. Now, you'll pay considerably less than I did. I paid $80 for my MyPillow. That was 8 or so years ago. It was prior, I think, to, yes, it was definitely prior to the 2020 election, when Mike Lindell suddenly, his products vanished from big box stores and his bottom line started to decline. And Mike Lindell could have gone woke and he could have stayed silent, but he advocated for election integrity and he took a hit. But thankfully, you, his loyal customers in conservative radio, have continued to keep MyPillow a flourishing company. And he has reciprocated with great low prices. So whether it's flannel Giza Dream bed sheets for $60, slippers and slides for the same, or a MyPillow for under $20, you'll get it all when you use my promo code Bruce at mypillow.com. The videos will eventually come out of some crying child whose parent is being taken away, and the left will freak out, as they are continuing to freak out, as Donald Trump is following through on his promise to deport criminal illegal aliens. Now, the deportation of illegals is not new. Donald Trump's not the first president to do it. Bill Clinton deported just a little bit under 900,000 illegals when he was in the White House from 1993 to 2001. George W. Bush, as illegal immigration increased, Bush deported 2 million. Barack Obama, he didn't get the nickname deporter-in-chief for nothing. He deported 3.2 million. Trump, in his first term, deported, how many do you think? 10 million? 20 million? Trump deported 1 million. Now, why did Trump deport fewer? Because Trump closed the border. That's why. Remain in Mexico, Title 42. It's a funny thing. You know, nobody goes up to the counter at a hotel and asks for a room for the night when there's a no vacancy sign out front. Trump put the no vacancy sign out. And so he deported fewer, but he, I would say, retarded the attempt of immigrants to come in by an exponential number. And we already see it now, where, you know, the Haitian immigrant, we played you the audio from him the other day, saying, hey, Biden forever, bro. Thanks, Obama, for everything you did for me. What about Obama, by the way? This cut from Barack Obama addressing the nation in 2014 caught my ear today.
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, They're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
Somewhere after he said that, common sense died in America, or at least common sense died among Democrats. Thank you that Donald Trump is back in the White House now. Common sense is back in style, and he, addressing Republican lawmakers yesterday, made it clear that, look, we promised to do this, and we're going to keep doing it no matter how much our opponents howl about it.
We're tracking down the illegal alien criminals. We're detaining them, and we are throwing them the hell out of our country. We have no apologies, and we're moving forward very fast.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, this does not sit well, of course, with those on the left. There's a wacko on CNN. Her name is Maria Cardona, who decided she would try to out-argue the only truth teller on CNN, Scott Jennings. And I don't know if she really believes this, but she claims in this cut that the President of the United States does not have at his disposal the Justice Department, the FBI, and the arms of law enforcement in our country. This is either she can't be the stupidest person on TV because The View hasn't been canceled yet, but she's among the stupidest people on TV, or she's just blind to reality.
Department of Justice does not work for the president.
Yes,
the
it does.
Department of Justice works for the American people.
No, it works for the executive branch. It's in the Constitution. It exists in the executive branch.
The lawyers of the Justice Department work for the American people.
You're acting like it's an independent branch of government. It's in the executive branch, run by the president.
I mean, yes, but the lawyers of the Justice Department work for the American people, not for the President of the United States, not the person in the office.
So you don't think anyone in the executive branch is bound to the head of the executive branch?
No.
Well, gee, that's interesting, since the president gets to pick who he wants to head the FBI, the CIA, and the DOJ. I would tend to think that the person who does the hiring is the person for whom you work once you get hired. But this drives the left crazy. And the fact that ICE agents are now empowered to show up in schools drives them even closer to the edge. Now, just because they're empowered to go in schools does not mean they're going in schools for the reasons that liberals think they are going in schools. Stephen Miller, who is one of Trump's right-hand men when it comes to deporting illegals, along with Tom Homan, along with new Homeland Security Chief Kristi Noem. Stephen Miller was accosted at a press gaggle outside or in Chicago yesterday, and he was approached by a reporter asking about ICE raids on elementary schools. And Stephen Miller explained, if they are in an elementary school, it is not in there to cause havoc. It is in there for they are in there for a much more noble reason.
There's a report from Chicago that there were ICE agents that were turned away from a Southside elementary school earlier today. Is targeting of schools, targeting of things like this, something that the administration is comfortable with and will continue with?
The framing of the question is wrong. If there's a law enforcement activity that's taking place in a school, then that would be for the protection and defense of the child. As you know, there's an epidemic of child trafficking and labor trafficking in this country. When federal law enforcement officers are turned away from a school, it is the act of turning them away that endangers the lives and safety of children. We've seen, as you know, 500,000 children trafficked over a 4-year period in the United States. This administration is going to investigate every instance of child trafficking, labor trafficking, sex trafficking, child smuggling, and all the attendant crimes involved in that. And our message to everyone in the country is to cooperate fully with Immigration and Customs Enforcement so that we can end the scourge of child trafficking and child abuse that has been endemic these last 4 years.
Who can really, with any kind of standard of truth guiding them, oppose that? I mean, can you imagine the furor, the outcry, if it could be proven, as it has been proven, that in Donald Trump's first term, we just lost track of 300,000 children. We don't know where they are. We don't know who they're with. Tom Homan on with CNN's Caitlin Collins making no apologies for being empowered to send ICE agents into schools.
What we had heard from immigration advocates is that this is going to provide a chilling effect to parents in the school drop-off line or something of that matter.
It shouldn't be a chilling effect unless your child's a terrorist or a public safety threat. If they are a public safety threat and national security threat, they should be chilled. They should be afraid because we're looking for them.
Oh, how refreshing is common sense, right? It's like a cold drink of water to a man dying of thirst, to have common sense back in style.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason. From east to west, President Trump says federal agents are getting to work, finally being allowed to enforce immigration law. The crackdown on illegal immigration targeting the worst first is just getting underway. The Trump administration is freezing federal aid, including grants and loans. A review of federal spending. This temporary pause does not affect Social Security or Medicare. President Trump has signed a series of executive orders dealing with the military, including ordering work to begin on an Iron Dome missile defense system to cover the U.S. 56 senior officials in the top U.S. aid and development agency have been placed on leave amid an investigation into an alleged covert effort to thwart the president's directives. On Wall Street this morning, stocks are higher. The Dow is up 61 points. The NASDAQ ahead 192. More details, srnnews.com.
Which varies by plan, view contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com. Auto repair bills are through the roof. $3,000 to replace the transmission, $4,000 for a blown engine. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all out of pocket. You need an Endurance Auto Protection Plan. No matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done at the certified mechanic of your choice, and they're paid directly with no middleman. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, lockout services, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Act now and get our elite benefits, including complete tire care and key fob replacement. A $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again, so call now for your free quote.
Call 800-498-2843. 800-498-2843. 800-498.
He's the voice of a new generation, willing to fight for what's right in the greatest country ever conceived. He's Charlie Kirk, and you can hear him weekdays from 6 to 7, and again 11 to midnight on your station for news, opinion, and passion. 98.9 FM, The Answer.
3 words. Resist the drift. If you're married, you've got to know these words. Because let's be honest, every couple experiences the feeling that they're drifting apart. You get lost in your phone, your career path, or whatever else fills your time. Pretty soon you feel more like roommates than soulmates. Resist the Drift Marriage Conference is a fun, heartfelt event presented by Focus on the Family and 98.9 FM, The Answer. And it's coming to Genoa Church on February 14th and 15th. Register now at resistthedrift.com.
Family life is a crazy adventure filled with love and laughter. But it can also be demanding with work schedules, after-school activities, and trying to remember where you put your keys. It leaves you wondering, where does the time go? With so much going on, it can be easy to lose sight of your family's well-being. Balance of Nature fruits and veggie supplements offer an easy way to get a wide variety of whole food ingredients for your whole family. Don't let a busy schedule get in the way of your family's well-being. Start your journey with Balance of Nature supplements today. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com and sign up as a new preferred customer to get 35% off your first preferred set with free shipping and our money-back guarantee. That's 1-800-246-8751. Don't wait. Go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751 and get this special offer by using discount code Mike G.
News, opinion, passion. Here, 98.9 FM. Anywhere you go with The Answer.
Commercial break is almost over.
TheAnswer.com. Also on your smart speakers, TuneIn, or iHeart.
You are missing out. If you don't take advantage of the Discount Shopping Club, you're missing out on what? Saving money, because that's what the Discount Shopping Club helps you do. It's half off everything in there. No better time than now to prepare for the likely cold snap that will return after the temperatures mitigate a bit later on this week, than to take advantage of the half off deal on Temperature Pro furnaces. One to fit a home 1,200 to 1,500 square feet, one to fit a home 1,500 to 2,000 square feet. We thank Temperature Pro Columbus for its generosity in making these available to 98.9 listeners. And if you are looking for other things, like a mattress from Mac Mattress Outlet, like, I don't know, the list is too long for me to go into. I only have a few seconds left in this live read. Just safe to say that if you have any purchase upcoming, and you think, wow, that costs a lot. Thanks, Joe Biden, for the high inflation. Well, that means you haven't checked. The Discount Shopping Club at 989theanswer.com. I'm going to try to put my powers of reading between the lines to work on a strange situation involving the Columbus NAACP leadership. Nana Watson has headed that organization for 10 years, and I'm not at all intimately familiar with her work at all, but it just strikes me that I come across headlines all the time of people who have leadership positions in the city who are African American. And some of them seem like they're more interested in being activists than in serving their constituency. Sean Walton, excuse me, why can't I think? Shannon Hardin, city council president. He's in that category. He's more interested in being an activist than in being a servant. Shayla Favor, now you're county prosecutor. Definitely. If you're a cop, get out. Like, you got no shot with Shayla Favor as the county prosecutor. Nana Watson doesn't fit that. Nana Watson is somebody who's not afraid to say things that are very unpopular with people who want the status quo in Columbus to continue. They want Columbus City Schools to continue to have more money, while delivering less results. Nana Watson's called out Columbus City Schools before, and I think that probably was the last straw in whatever issues the National NAACP organization has with Nana Watson, because they sent her a letter earlier this month telling her she's no longer the president, and they've elevated the vice president who was under her to that position. Now, they were supposed to have an election, and Nana Watson was going to run for re-election in November. And one of the people she was going to run about is the person whose name I inadvertently mentioned earlier, Sean Walton. Okay, Sean Walton is an attorney, and Sean Walton is a Ben Crump wannabe. Sean Walton definitely fits the description of somebody who is viewing life through a racial prism. And anything anybody does who is white is bad, particularly a police officer, and his clients are always right, even if they are criminals who run afoul of Columbus police. So he wanted to run against Nana Watson for the presidency of the NAACP. And Mr. Walton still plans to do that. And so to me, this is about getting more activist leadership in the NAACP rather than getting or riding with Nana Watson as president of the NAACP, because she's willing to listen to perspectives that I certainly would not expect Sean Walton to be willing to listen to. That's my assessment of it from afar. I don't claim, as I say, to be an expert in it, but there are a lot of people who make themselves look silly and aren't attached to logic and reason when they make broad statements, generalized statements about the police in this city, or when they make glowing statements about the leadership of the city under Andrew Ginther. Nana Watson's not that way. She's just not that way. She doesn't play ball the way they want her to play ball. And so I think that's probably at the heart of why she's being ousted. She has not commented. She seems like a lady who's not going to get caught up in the games that other more histrionic members of the city government and the community play. So we'll see. I wish her well in her ability to remain in her position with the NAACP. Now, he promised, and I just want to know, first of all, I have to refresh your memory on what the promise was.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning.
So there's the promise from Donald Trump. Going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. All right, well, let's check and see. Yesterday, Donald Trump issued an executive order that would end taxpayer funding of gender transition surgeries in the military and would not allow transgender service people to serve in the military. Now, I have an acquaintance whose daughter joined the Marine Corps. And she came from a Christian home, wanted to serve her country, went to the Marine Corps, got into barracks, and found out there were two dudes masquerading as women, trans women. In other words, biological men. This was a big struggle, as you might expect, for someone who had been raised with Christian values. In other words, raised the right way. That's not going to happen anymore under Donald Trump. As I say, common sense is back in style. Trump's order will prohibit males from using or sharing sleeping, changing, or bathing facilities that are designated for females. This executive order rescinds a Joe Biden executive order, which allowed all of those accommodations based upon service members' gender identity. In other words, they could self-identify. They were a male. They could identify as a woman. And they could be eligible not only to live with female soldiers, but they could be eligible for taxpayer-funded transgender reassignment surgery. Now, what's the problem with that? Well, the problem with that is, as you might imagine, if you can even dare imagine, having your sex organs cut off and attempted to be restyled into those of the opposite sex, it's a pretty extensive recovery for something like that. And if you're in the military, that rings up quite the medical bills, and it also renders you unable to serve your country. Okay, that's a problem, right? So this is no longer going to be allowed. Trump's executive order noted that service members who undergo so-called transition surgeries could take a minimum of a year to recover, that they were often administered heavy narcotics, which made them physically incapable of meeting military readiness requirements, as did their need for constant medical care, so they couldn't be deployed. The statement said, fitness, health, welfare, and readiness standards must ensure that our military members are able to deploy, fight, and win. On the battlefield, there can be no accommodation for anything less than resilience, strength, and the ability to withstand extraordinary physical demands. Now, the argument has been put forward by the Biden administration that if you remove transgender soldiers from the military, that we will have a debilitating shortage of soldiers because there are just so many in the military. And the contention was that there were 15,000 transgender soldiers. No. A Daily Wire investigation found that there were less than 2,200 who were seeking gender dysphoric care in the military. So this is utter nonsense. Obama in 2016 ended the military's ban on trans-identifying individuals. Trump reversed it as soon as he got into office. And of course, Biden did the reversal of Trump's order because that was pretty much what Biden, that was the only thing Biden, it was the only like clear policy direction Joe Biden had. Two things: spend every dollar I can get my hands on and reverse every Trump order that was issued prior to me coming into the Oval Office. So Trump has reversed this, which is just another instance of, nope, not too much winning, because there was more winning yesterday. For a while, the left put up a stink that Trump's executive order against DEI initiatives in the military was an indication that Trump and Pete Hegseth wanted to keep people in the military from learning about the Tuskegee Airmen, an all-black group of pilots who served with distinction in World War II. Once this overreaction to the DEI initiative was made public and liberals used it to go, you see, they are racist, Pete Hegseth immediately issued an order that the Tuskegee Airmen be taught to all incoming Air Force recruits. More winning.
Afternoon, cloudy, breezy, and a high near 40. Partly cloudy tonight, breezy evening. Low down to 32. Breezy for tomorrow, high 41. Sun will be followed by some clouds on Thursday. High Thursday afternoon, 45. Periods of rain moving in on Friday. The high Friday, 53. And then clouds and sun. A colder day on Saturday. High Saturday afternoon, 36. I'm Steve Williams on 98.9 FM. The Answer.
Owning a home is a dream come true, but keeping it comfortable? Temperature Pro understands that your HVAC system is the heart of your home's comfort. When it needs attention, you deserve service that's fast, transparent, and reliable. More than just a repair company, they're your home's partner, offering professional service that respects your space and your family. For routine maintenance or an unexpected breakdown, trust Temperature Pro to keep your home running smoothly with no surprises on pricing. Temperature Pro, your comfort is our promise.
Salem News Channel is America's fastest growing conservative TV network.
It's an absolute crazy day.
Home to the largest lineup of free speech champions anywhere. Delivering in-depth insight and unapologetic opinion on today's biggest news stories.
Americans aren't going to put up with this anymore.
SNC brings you the news that matters, told with integrity and clarity. Watch Salem News Channel free 24/7 on your television. Stream now on Zumo Play.
Oil investments involve a high degree of uncertainty and are only suitable for accredited investors. Actual results may vary.
Drill, baby, drill. Are you ready for an operator direct investment opportunity in the oil industry that will save you serious money in taxes for 2025, provide regular income, and give you a realistic upside potential where many horizontal oil wells produce in the initial range of potentially 100 barrels of oil per day? But that's the sound of a producing horizontal oil well and the sound of a smart investment. If you are an SEC accredited investor and qualified to make at least a $100,000 investment, you can take advantage of Encore Energy's exclusive opportunity. Don't miss out on this limited time opportunity to create potential income for up to 20 or more years to come. Call 800-278-7455 now and connect directly to Encore Energy. Encore is a major investor and experienced horizontal well operator in its core area of operations. Call Encore Energy now at 800-278-7455. That's 800-278-7455.
My sister Katie and I love to shop. Well, mostly window shop. She means we're thorough. She means we're bargain hunters. Exactly. But my sister Kelly showed me an article that made me change a really bad habit, just wanting us to do what's right. You see, at one time, I just couldn't stay away from those bargain knockoffs. You know, the handbags and scarves sold on the street. Counterfeit merchandise. Ooh, you make it sound so illegal. Well, it is stealing. Ouch. I wouldn't steal. I didn't realize that this sort of stealing can lead to more Americans losing their jobs. So no more buying fakes and knockoffs, right? Right. Just honest bargain hunting. Now you're talking.
Remember, chemicals hurt, but you have the power to stop them. To learn more, go to www.ncpc.org/getreal. That's ncpc.org/getreal. Brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council and the Bureau of Justice Assistance, U.S. Department of Justice.
New connected technology, and the Consumer Technology Association wants to help you protect the security of your devices. First, don't use default or easy-to-guess passwords. Create unique ones and keep them safe. Next, look for and install security updates from device manufacturers. Also, have an active firewall for your home router, and consider using a professional installer to set up your new devices. Easy tips from the Consumer Technology Association to help keep your devices secure.
Valentine's Day weekend creeping up, fellas, and, you know, price of roses, price of candy, not going down. Why don't you invest your money in making your marriage better? Hey, same is true for you, ladies. I mean, imagine if you showed your husband that you want to be more than just his roommate, that you want to be his soulmate again. That's the focus of the Focus on the Family and Salem Media Group Resist the Drift Marriage Conference at Genoa Church in Westerville, February 14th and 15th. You can go to 989theanswer.com and you have a choice of tickets. You can pick the general admission ticket package, which gets you 4 sessions with Dr. Greg and Aaron Smalley. They're going to share personally about their own marriage and how they've reinvigorated and revitalized it. The 4 sessions and a conference workbook. Or you can go one level above the premium experience ticket, get a reserved seat for the 4 sessions of teaching, the workbook, also a private Q&A session with the speakers, a continental breakfast, and a gift. Book your presence at the Marriage Conference Resist the Drift at Genoa, February 14th and 15th. Get your tickets, 989theanswer.com. So Fox News reporting that Vivek Ramaswamy's announcement that he will run for Ohio governor is a couple of weeks away. They say Ramaswamy will make an announcement in mid-February. That will be the announcement of the worst kept public secret since Dave Yost, Ohio Attorney General, made it official that he's running for governor, which everybody knew he was going to do at least months ahead of Yost officially making it official. Now, Ramaswamy, of course, can fund his own campaign because he's a tech multimillionaire. I don't want to say billionaire because I don't know if he's a billionaire, but he's very, very wealthy. And so Ramaswamy is a formidable opponent. He has a name recognition that I would dare say trumps anyone else who will be running for this office. And he has apparently lined up his team of political analysts, Andy Surabian, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, and Jay Chabria. They are both people who played major roles in J.D. Vance's victorious campaign in 2022 to win the Senate seat that he then parlayed into the vice presidency after just 2 years in the Senate. Man, J.D. Vance is on a rocket ship to political greatness, is he not? And by the way, isn't it a pleasure to watch J.D. Vance take apart people in liberal media when he appears on the Sunday news shows? I mean, his interview with Marge Brennan on Sunday of CBS was just a master class in how you deal with histrionic liberals. Here's J.D. Vance on Marge Brennan's attack that, hey, you know, if you really care about law and order, how can you pardon the January 6th rioters?
If you stand with law enforcement, how can you call these people unjustly imprisoned?
Margaret, you're separating, there's an important issue here. There's what the people actually did on January the 6th, and we're not saying that everybody did everything perfectly. And then what did Merrick Garland's Department of Justice do in unjustly prosecuting well over 1,000 Americans in a way that was politically motivated?
Violence like that against a police officer ever justified?
Violence against a police officer is not justified, but that doesn't mean that you should have Merrick Garland's weaponized Department of Justice expose you to incredibly unfair process, to denial of constitutional rights, and frankly, to a double standard that was not applied to many people, including, of course, the Black Lives Matter rioters who killed over 24 people and never had the weight of a weaponized Department of Justice come against them. The pardon power is not just for people who are angels or people who are perfect. And of course, we love our law enforcement and want people to be peaceful with everybody, but especially with our good cops. That's a separate issue from what Merrick Garland's Department of Justice did. We rectified a wrong, and I stand by it.
As I said, master class. Remember the Trump-Kamala debate? Remember how frustrated I was with Trump that there were all these ways that he could have attacked her, and he didn't attack her. And I think he didn't attack her because he didn't really respect her, and he didn't think that she would do as well as she did, but she did have the capacity to memorize a 30-second to 1 minute little take on a couple issues that we all could have predicted were going to come up. Remember how frustrated I was that he didn't slam her on the fact that inflation under Biden was 19% collectively and real wages were down 5% when she went into her screed on tariffs that Trump didn't say, well, you've already raised taxes on Americans. Or if she said, we're not going to raise taxes on anybody under $400,000, that Trump didn't come back with the cumulative inflation. Remember how frustrated I was? We will never have to know that frustration if J.D. Vance stays at or near the top of the Republican Party, because he just showed you right there. He's the ability to like wham, 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 recall things and expose the gaping holes in liberal arguments. That's just one of the many things that there is to love about J.D. Vance. But back to Vivek for a second. He was supposed to head up the big DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency arm. A lot of people think, oh, he couldn't get along with Elon Musk. I don't know. You judge for yourself. Here's here's Vivek's response to why he decided to bail on DOGE.
I focused more on a constitutional law, legislative-based approach. I focused more on a technology approach, which is the future approach. No better person to lead that technology, digital approach than Elon Musk. I wish him well. We're on the same page. We're divide and conquer in saving the country.
Okay, so I get from that yeah, he and Elon weren't singing from the same songbook all the time. And Ramaswamy, since DOGE is now going to be an official government department, he probably couldn't have a role in that, do a good job with that, and also run for Ohio governor. I think Vivek Ramaswamy is going to be an amazing force to be reckoned with. Maybe Dave Yost can beat him. Maybe somebody else can beat him. I don't know. Amy Acton can't beat him. Ramaswamy has the same thing JD has. He has that ability to like take your question, show you the fallacy in it, turn it around, use it to his advantage. And that's why Ramaswamy is going to be a powerful force to be reckoned with. And hopefully, if he is elected governor, he'll be a great governor for our state, because we sure could use one. Yes, that's a shot at Mike DeWine. All right. Saw this headline. While you're forking out all your money to attend sporting events on the Ohio State campus, I was not surprised at all to see that Ohio State last year, despite bringing in like $250 million plus in athletic revenue, ran a $38 million budget deficit. I think they're taking the whole nonprofit designation that they have inexplicably, as all college athletes, as all major institutions do. I think they're taking it a little bit seriously, too seriously. $38 million deficit? Why? Well, because they had only 6 home football games in 2023, and they're so bloated in the athletic department with 35 varsity sports. 35 varsity sports. Do we need 35 varsity sports? I mean, they would tell you, yes. Some more opportunities. You know what? You can have club sports and have the same opportunities. I don't think the quality of life in Columbus is going to go down. Do I want to say this? Do I want to say this on the air? Do I want to say we don't need a pistol and rifle team lest they train their sights on me? Do I want to say we don't need a synchronized swimming team? Imagine the savings on hair gel if we knock the synchronized swimming team down to a club sport. $38 million deficit? Would it ever occur to anyone out there at 15th and High to kick some of this money over to the general fund to, I don't know, lower student tuition costs? Ross Bjork is the athletic director. He says, while last year's budget impact is not ideal, that's the first time I've ever heard anybody say that a $38 billion deficit was not ideal. He says, there were unique circumstances at play, and we have a robust expense and revenue plan. I bet you have a robust revenue plan that has been implemented and have made great progress in this ever-changing landscape of college athletics. He says, we will make sure we operate with a balanced budget moving forward. Whatever.
Bruce Hooley with exciting news about the newest product from MyPillow. Now, for years, customers have been asking if MyPillow sells the cross necklaces like the one Mike Lindell proudly wears every day. So they're excited to announce that Mike has partnered with a jeweler right here.
$38 million deficit.
Beautiful sterling silver cross.
I guess that's what happens when you pay $25 million for your football team.
using my promo code Bruce at mypillow.com.
All right. Y'all have a good day. I'm going to have a great day. Appreciate your time.
To get this latest product, My Cross. You can choose from the